President Ronald Reagan. Ronald, a Republican, served 2 terms as president from January 20th, 1981 to January 20th, 1989. Throughout his tenure, he significantly strengthened the American economy with his Reaganomics policies. He also played a pivotal role in ending the Cold War by exerting pressure on the Soviet Union and fundamentally redefined conservative politics in the United States. Ronald Reagan's net worth is estimated at roughly $15 million. This fortune was primarily derived from real estate holdings, notably his Rancho del Cielo ranch, and savings accumulated from his prior career as an actor and prolific speaker. Reagan's wealth was relatively modest compared to many of his peers, a reflection of his humble upbringing in a financially constrained family in Illinois. Consequently, he did not inherit a substantial fortune. Ronald Reagan was married twice during his lifetime. His first marriage in 1940 was to Hollywood actress Jane Wyman. Their divorce was finalized in 1949, stemming from irreconcilable personal and professional differences. Wyman prioritized her film career while Reagan increasingly engaged in union and political work. Together, they had 2 daughters, Maureen and Christine Reagan, and an adopted son, Michael Reagan. Reagan's second marriage was to Nancy Davis, also an actress, whom he met while serving as president of the Screen Actors Guild. This enduring union lasted until Reagan's passing on June 5, 2004. Nancy proved to be his invaluable primary partner throughout his political career. They had 2 children, Patty Davis and Ron Reagan. Ronald was an avid horseback rider, a passion he cultivated since his youth and maintained throughout his entire life, particularly during his presidency. He owned a ranch in California, famously known as Rancho del Cielo, which he affectionately termed the Western White House. There, he often spent hours riding through the hills, describing it as his preferred method to unwind and escape the incessant pressures of politics. Ronald had a particular fondness for jelly beans, especially those from the Jelly Belly Company. He started consuming them in 1966 as a substitute for nicotine while attempting to quit pipe smoking. Over time, these sugary candies became an iconic symbol associated with him throughout his presidency. Before entering politics, Ronald Reagan was a Hollywood actor, a background that fostered his deep passion for cinema and shaped his distinct cinematic taste. Among his most beloved films were Newt Rockne, All-American, where he famously portrayed American football player George Gipp, It's a Wonderful Life, and Santa Fe Trail. The most significant challenges of Ronald Reagan's presidency were undoubtedly the assassination attempt in 1981 and the Cold War. Merely 69 days into his first term, Reagan became the target of an assassination attempt outside the Hilton Hotel in Washington, D.C. John Hinckley Jr., who was suffering from mental health issues, fired 6 bullets. One struck Reagan in the chest, puncturing his lung, and nearly proved fatal. Despite the severe nature of the incident, Reagan's recovery was remarkably swift, allowing him to return to work just 2 weeks later. This resilience significantly boosted his public approval, with polls indicating his approval rating surged to approximately 70% post-assassination attempt. In his personal life, Reagan's greatest struggle was his battle with Alzheimer's disease. In November 1994, he publicly disclosed his diagnosis in a handwritten letter, revealing he had been afflicted with this degenerative disease that impairs memory and cognitive function. Although symptoms reportedly began manifesting in the late 1980s, the official diagnosis was confirmed only after his presidency concluded. During his final years, his condition gradually deteriorated, progressively eroding his ability to communicate and engage with the outside world. He passed away in June 2004 at the age of 93, following a prolonged illness.